Dr. Mallery, we'll start you off with this new dad question. As a first-time father, what were your thoughts when your child was born?
Wow, man. So I had two initial thoughts, man. Just one, seeing this beautiful, young king being born in the world, man. It's one, just seeing the beauty and just how, wow, like, this is my son, this is my kid. And I think the second aspect of it was just wondering if the world is going to love my son as much as I love my son in this moment. You know what I mean? Perfect, flawed, beautiful, innocent. Is the world going to embrace my son in the way I'm embracing my son in this moment, knowing that I'm raising or will be raising a black male in America, you know what I mean? And all of the history that, the complexity that comes with that, man. So those were the initial things that I was thinking about, man. And I embraced my son, gave him a kiss on the, kiss on the forehead, and was like, listen, I'm gonna be here with you, and we're gonna walk you through this journey.
That's some deep thoughts for a first time dad.
Dr. Mallery, I'm gonna ask you the same question. Was your dad a strong influence on how you're gonna raise your child, and if so, how?
Absolutely, man. I grew up as a military brat, man. So seeing the discipline, the structure, the commitment, everything that my father, lived, his values, right? Instilling in me to be a man, right? Meaningful, active, and necessary every single day. That has power, that has purpose, that has value. Seeing the rigor, the discipline, that it takes, right? Not knowing his story, not knowing all of the challenges that, he had to endure as a black officer in the military, as a black male, navigating Jim Crow, Louisiana, but, being able to observe and see the integrity, to see the commitment to him, and that his name meant something, right? And that if he said he was going to do something on one day, he was going to honor that commitment. And if he shook your hand and looked you in the eye, you know what I mean, that meant something, you know what I mean? So that's what I plan to instill in my son, right? A black man doesn't, retreat, right? A black man holds his head high with pride, right? Shoulders back, right? When you go into the world, no matter what people think, what you think about yourself matters, So it's just exciting, man, just to be able to say that I was blessed and fortunate to not only see, to see those principles from my father, but then I'll be able to pass that to the next generation. It's beautiful.
Your dad sound like similar characteristics.
Absolutely.
Okay,
All right. And Dr. Mallery, what is one quality you want your newborn young son to have, and why?
Yeah, man, so I'll just say unconditional love, man. I want him to unconditionally have love for self, love for family, love for the community, love for the values, love for learning, unconditionally, man, for everything that's enwrapped and intertwined within that. And I think the more that love, right, this notion that love can conquer all, I truly believe that, right? Doesn't mean that life is going to be perfect. Doesn't mean that he's not going to make mistakes. He's not going to bump his head and have bumps and bruises along the way. But that unconditional love that he can see, to the light at the end of the tunnel, that he can see, his dreams manifest and materialize into, destiny and greatness. I think if he can have that, he'll be a powerful young brother.
I keep coming with these mic drop question and answers. All right. All right. Thank you.